comments because you're actually hearing sounds and not just reading a shitload of text. And so I think it'd be dope if you could just have a social media site where it's just voice notes and voice notes and voice notes. And it'd be fun as fuck. You get like really fun clips and people's voice notes. It's just way more interesting than fucking reading text all the time. I think it's a great idea.
Okay, in theory it is, but that's not how the people's social medias work in the celebrity class. So Justin Bieber does not write his own tweets. He's not allowed to write his own tweets. His management writes his tweets. So he might tweet. It is. It is. It is.
Do you think his female audience would prefer to hear his beautiful angelic voice or read his manager's tweets?
They would, but then also his management recognizes there's something in the rarity of being able to get information from him. It's like the reason why film actors don't do television and don't do radio is because they want the rarity of only being seen on the big screen. So the only time you're going to be able to see someone like Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks or Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie or whatever person, the only time you're going to be able to see them is going to be on television, in the movies. They don't want to do television unless it's going to be to interview about a project they worked on. But they're not going to like do some episode of a television show usually. Now there are exceptions to this with cameo roles that they occasionally do, but only under certain circumstances. Like Brad Pitt was on an episode of Friends. Well, why was he on an episode of Friends? Because his wife was Jennifer Aniston, and she got him to be on the episode. But like normally, Brad Pitt's never done another television show ever, and Friends was a really big show at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that point necessarily, but I don't think that obliterates the potential of just having voice notes. I mean, sure, super duper, the like the 0.0001% of the population that needs to have a PR manager do everything, they may not want to use it, but there's plenty of people that are already on Instagram, like just uploading videos of them talking.
Okay,
And it's like,
I get what you're saying.
You already hear Reggie Watts leaving a voice. You can hear his voice in the video already.
Right, I get that. Why? If I'm going to be recording my voice and my body's already going to have to do something, why wouldn't I just record video with it as well? Which people do.
I mean, why wouldn't everyone's Twitter just be them talking?
Because they don't run those accounts. So Justin Bieber does not run his Twitter account.
No, I'm just talking about regular people. I'm not talking about Justin Bieber.
Okay. It's more difficult to store all of that information, and it's heavier on the platform, so they prefer text. A tweet, 240 characters or whatever, is like a kilobyte, when a voice memo of the same length is like 5 megabytes.
Yeah, Instagram is already storing. I agree that's valid, but Twitter is already. I'm pretty sure you can upload direct video to Twitter, right?
Yes.
So it's like they're already storing video. And so now my option is if I want to leave people to hear my voice on Twitter, I have to upload a video file MP4, which is way more data than just an MP3.
That's true. But you can't upload as many MP4 files as you can tweet. With a normal account, you can tweet like, it used to be 2,000 times, I think it's 500 times now. You can't upload 500 videos. You can only upload like 10 videos a day or something.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe it's somewhere in the middle of like audio files where you can upload more than 10. You can upload like 50, and there can still be a limit to make it actually like feasible so the platform doesn't go bankrupt.
Okay, I get that, but let's look at it from the perspective of an individual. If I'm gonna take the time to record my voice, well then I just better make it a video anyway, because voice recordings aren't as powerful as voice plus video. So if I really want to get my message across, then I'm just gonna make a little video. Basically, voice doesn't necessarily do that much for people. Text does, and video plus voice does, or video and audio does. But audio alone, not necessarily. It's not.
No, but I mean, if I don't know. I think audio. If it was like people listen to podcasts and they're super enjoyable. If I listen to Joe Rogan, does looking at the video make much of a difference? Honestly, it really doesn't.
I disagree. I disagree.
If you're,
I disagree.
I'm just